So basically, my English teacher has assigned everyone with a touristic expose, a simulated trip where we kinda talk about an official English-speaking country, covering every penny we waste, every ecological something, you get it? So I did what every idiotic creature on the internet would do and immediately turned my head to Scotland and Ireland. Because
Whiskey!
But then, I realized if I wanted content for watch time, I would have to break as many fourth walls as I could to soak up time, just like the past 30 seconds you just watched. And therefore, I chose Ireland, because I couldn't remember of anything that could deteriorate my image even more with Scotland. But with Ireland... Also because their coin isn't some weird curvy I'm sorry, Blurry. My original plan was as soon as I land, I'd just go.
Officer, whereabouts is the closest bank?
It's right round the corner.
Alright, cheers, thank you.
But that ain't happening.
Unfortunately.
Setting foot online was quite smooth, as I usually have
shoes.
Exiting the airport, I scrambled towards the hotel, which is located in the whereabouts of Parnell Street, some 11 kilometers in this direction. Still having a lot of time left in the day, I am really bored and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I decided to go around the block to see some cool museum with cool history about some even cooler writers which shaped the Irish literature and probably fucked tons of countless of students in their 9th grade or something.
I lied.
It ain't cool, nothing about this is cool. The only cool thing I saw was the way I came from. It was incredibly boring. Holy shit, why did I even consider this? My attention span can barely keep up with writing this very script.
How do you think it would handle the literature museum?
Worth 7.5 years spent of my life. After this, I just went to the hotel's pub, Cassidy's Hotel, and freaking wasted myself with some Irish whiskey, consequently drinking myself to sleep. Waking up 2 hours from lunch, I literally spent the rest of the freaking morning barfing into my room's toilet. Then I went outside. But then again, it was not a fun day. My plans were on the second day to leave Dublin as soon as possible to somewhere else, I don't know. But someone chugged the whole Liffey River down the hatch of their liver. And I really hate Dublin. You know why? Because I hate the shore. I hate the sight and smell of that vast blue that isn't in the sky. So today I'll try to get some fresh air, even if I need a better mask. If I hadn't got drunk, I wouldn't be here. And I'd probably be somewhere near Limerick. But because of that, I'll probably spend the whole day here. So I'll be taking this route instead, which goes to a military graveyard. Then, you can't see it, but trust me, I'll go through Phoenix Park and enjoy the lush view. Then I'll see some cool garden on the other side of the river. And finally pass by the Potato Requiem, the famine memorial, and head back. Alright, let's go. It was boring, nothing amuses me. Let's bully starving kids that weren't black now. Alright, we arrived at the Cancer Daddies Memorial. Here's what I found out when doing this research. Spuds weren't the solution of the famine. Rather, they were the problem. In a nutshell, many years ago, when you and I weren't born, probably, the Europeans arrived in the so-called Indias. Except they didn't and got trolled by a Spanish guy. And like always, the Portuguese were already there before. It was actually the Indies, but slightly better, called the Indias 2.0. And within these explorations to the newfound territory, they found some weird shit. One of them was the potato.
A root vegetable native to the Americas, a starchy tuber of the plant Salamum tuberosum, and the plant itself is a...
They looked at it and thought,
hey, that's pretty gay.
And shipped it to Europe. Mainly they were used to feed swines, but one day they made it accessible to humans as well. Being a recently found crop, the rock-like vegetable wasn't really seen as something to be eaten by your average man. But in the midst of experimentations, they found out that they can be conserved for several months and have a chance of doing extremely good to overhaul the human health, or just straight up kill you with glucose poisoning. But the poisonous parts are easy to identify, so it's literally free real estate for healthy diets. Wait, does that mean that pigs are immune to potato poison? Anyhow, while I was talking, I finally arrived at the hotel. Let's speed up so I can eat and skip this day. After some time, the mighty tuber was on every inch of soil in the country. Ireland literally monopolized potatoes in Europe. Some genetic selection was made over time, and the funny rocks are as fine as ever. Ish. The plague came, a fungi, and it mainly affected potatoes. Europe was okay. They didn't really care. They were fine. But the Irish, the potatoes flew in their blood now. It really impacted them hard, making the economical value of them dropping, making the economical value of the country dropping even harder, and making a lot of people dropping even harder. It was hell. For them, Europe was fine, except for their copycat neighbor, the Scottish, who had the same problem with the Highland Great Famine. Yeah, that's cool and all, but the fungus is gone, the brown boulders are eatable. And way better now. Everything's cool. I'm gonna close this day and cry myself to sleep.
Today, I'll go into the lush fields of the airy landscape and eventually of Limerick.
But first, since this is my last time here, and the breakfast is like a buffet, I'm gonna do something funny. I have brought from home 2 Tupperwares just for this. The best part of having inside pockets is that you can hide anything in them in a discreet way. So I placed myself in a dead angle of the room's cameras, or even blocked my actions with my body and shoved a lot of cheese, bread, meat, bake, you name it. A lot of other good stuff in the first one, and in the second one I got 2 croissants. Then I had my actual breakfast and cleansed that room like that. The morning was brilliant, but I knew it was only a matter of time before they knew it. So I packed my shit and left. And now, a 2-kilometer ride to Limerick. An hour and a half of getting motion sickness in a train.
Nice.
After arriving and barfing all over the station's restroom, I settled in for a half an hour more of it in a cab. I wasn't active that day too. I did, however, eat something nice at dinner. It was some sort of stew. I don't know. It was I'm a simple man. It has meat, tastes good.
I devour it.
Then I just sat around at the George Hotel and settled in to hang out with my friends in Discord. Remember that guy that was a one-of-a-kind cunt? Yeah, King John, or John Lackland. Ireland was his head of operations for criminal and morally questionable acts. But that doesn't matter because he's freaking dead. Now let's break into his house. Except not because it's actually a touristic attraction. Okay, I'm done. This looks like a giant old wreck. But since we're on the topic of old stuff, you would not believe how many churches and cathedrals are here in Limerick. Like, a lot. A fuck ton of churches. Like, holy crap, there's literally one next block. Why? I don't know. Just look at this map. Why? Why do they need that many? The map looks like a kid with freaking varicella or the cheeks of a teenager's face. My goodness. I'm depressed again. I just want to go home. Why did I came here? I'm just gonna head to the hotel and explore the surroundings. Haha, yes! I leave today. Alas, no more good whiskey to get wasted in. No more singing and cheering and stuff from the pubs downstairs. It's over.
Get out of my
Country.
now.
It said 7
Get out of my
Country.
now.
Not. You see, when I got the tickets, there was a problem with the return trip. The plane stops in London before going back to Portugal. And it just stays there.
For 5 fucking hours.
I thought it was supposed to be some sort of essay about one country, not 2. I eat one last Irish stew before I go, since the plane comes at 10 past high noon. The potatoes are marvelous, even better than the meat, I'm afraid. After that, I enjoy a good hour and a half of nothing. I just stare into the void while I wait to land. And when I do land, I have to either do that again for 5 more hours, or play Google Maps Simulator all over again for this fucking video. Yo, so decided to play some Minecraft for 5 hours in the airport. Lovely. Now, 2 or 3 more freaking hours of air traffic. Let me die in peace, just crash into the ocean or something. Oh, I don't know, don't think I'm being too dramatic. Last time I checked the ticket's description, this plane looked like kinda sketchy to me. I wonder if I will die today. But overall, that's the trip. I just returned home and that's it, honestly. This was a waste of my time.
Nice.